You good?
Yeah, go for it, Fabs.
Cool. Hello and welcome back to the Pit Stop Podcast.
It's an exciting one today.
It's very exciting. It's August. We're still in the F1 summer break. For anyone that's tuning in on YouTube, you may notice a few additions to the background.
Yep.
You'll find out what that's about next week.
They will.
However, we were number one.
Yeah, we did 5 days at number 1 in the UK sports charts.
I can't believe it. I can't believe we
Now
actually
we're number
finally
2.
made that number 1 spot. So proud. But as we know, summer break is August. We've got guests all month. So obviously we have another guest with us today.
I'm really excited about this one because he's our youngest ever guest. And he's got some great insights, some great stories.
Possibly the coolest guest we've had.
I think this is probably one of the coolest guests we've had.
I think so.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Mr. Joshua Bugembe.
Hello.
How are you doing, little man?
I'm good. How are you?
I am so happy to have you here.
Very well.
Thank you. I'm very happy to be here.
We've been watching all the videos of you online. We've been watching the podcasts of you online. We've done all the research we can. You're 12 years old, and I truly believe you're going to be in Formula One one day. And I'm sat across the sofa from you. That is the coolest thing.
That's going to be our claim to fame.
Yeah, you're going to be our claim to fame.
Yeah.
Oh, I just can't believe you're 12. What were you doing when you were 12, Fabs?
When I was 12, I was sat in my room, my computer, playing RuneScape.
Yeah, same as me.
That's what I was doing.
Have you heard of a game called RuneScape?
No.
No, okay. We're old, mate.
We don't have to talk any more about that. No. But you're out there. You're absolutely tearing up the track in a go-kart. How cool is that?
It's amazing. There's also so much in a go-kart that you think it's a few things that you change, but it's not. There's so many different complexities in it. So it's...
I feel like it'd be great to start off with our audience by telling them a crazy story. So we saw this, Naomi posted this.
Yeah.
And this is about when you were at Silverstone. So can you talk us through that weekend of what happened? Because we know that you hurt yourself and then you carried on. And this is just going to give our whole audience the reason of why we wanted you
It's
here.
going to set the tone,
Yeah,
isn't
this is going to let them know how cool you are.
So on the Friday, Lewis invited me to Silverstone.
Yeah.
So I was in the paddock. I went into the Mercedes garage, which was so cool. There was so many people there, and there's so many things just inside the garage that you didn't think were there, and you can't see that on TV.
We thought the same when we went in the garage for the first time, because there's so much happening, right? There's people everywhere, people running around with all this equipment.
Celebrities as well.
Yeah, even just in the paddock, there's a load of cameras, load of people with microphones holding it and walking around talking to people. So there's so I went into the Mercedes motorhome.
Yeah.
Met a few people there.
You're lucky because we haven't been in there.
No, we really want to go in there.
It's so big. It's like one long track, and then it extends out from the sides, and it's amazing. I didn't believe it because I've never seen one. I've never been in one.
Yeah, have you not been in a Formula One paddock before? This was your first time?
It's my first time in a paddock
Wow, at Silverstone, what an amazing one to do.
Yeah.
By the way, just in case you didn't catch that, he said Lewis. He went with Lewis Hamilton. Not just Lewis, but it's Lewis Hamilton.
Imagine getting invited to a race by Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah.
We have to beg to get to a Formula One race, and you're just being invited out by the best racer in the world.
Everyone, and you're going with Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah.
It's all right though, because when you're winning, we can come with you every week.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
Yeah, we'll be begging you for tickets.
Sure. And then on the Saturday, I had to wake up, and it was my championship weekend. So I had to wake up and drive 2 hours to a track, and it's called Fullbeck.
Okay.
It's quite tight, and the barriers are it's like Monaco basically.
Oh wow.
And on the Saturday, it's racing Saturday and Sunday. So you have a practice, qualifying, 2 heats and a final. And I did the practice and qualifying. I came 7th in qualifying, so it was quite bad for me. And then in the first heat, I had a collision. I was going for a move and I got hit from behind and kind of drove underneath someone. And I think my elbow hit the other guy's cart. And so I stopped. I kind of just carried on into the gravel, and my arm started hurting a lot. So I had to run to the medical crew, and they checked out and put ice on it, and it wasn't swollen at the start. And it started to swell throughout the day, but I carried on racing on it. The first time I raced on it when it was hurt, it did hurt quite a lot every time I go through a right-handed corner, because it's my left hand doing most of the work, pushing the wheel.
You kept racing on it?
Pardon?
You kept racing on it. That's
Yeah.
unbelievable. No giving
That
up.
is
then.
unbelievable. Yeah, I don't know how
You weren't
managed
going to let
that.
anything stop you.
No, because I was leading the championship.
Yeah.
So I really needed to carry on. So we finished that Saturday. I didn't finish in the top 10 of any of my races. So I was just in quite a lot of pain. But then on the Sunday, I took some medicine in the morning. It helped it, but it still hurt a bit, and I couldn't move it as much. But I qualified 5th. In the first 2 heats, I was about 6th and 7th.
Yeah.
That's really impressive with a broken arm.
Yeah.
Fifth with a
It's
broken
quite
arm.
an achievement.
And then in the final, I was like really, really pushing. My rival wasn't near the front, but I kept on really pushing. I came second. Unfortunately, got a penalty for there's tram lines because it's a rolling start.
Oh, okay.
I crossed it before the start finish line, so I got a penalty. But it was an amazing race.
Yeah, that's such an incredible story. I think we'll
Yeah.
just say that you came second. We'll forget about the penalty.
That's crazy.
That don't really matter that much.
You just
does
mentioned
it?
your rival.
I was
though,
going to
so-
say the same thing. Who's
Yeah.
this guy?
Who's your rival? Do you have like one guy on track who you're always trying to beat?
Well, at the beginning of the season, it was so you've got 6 different tracks and 12 rounds, so 2 rounds in each track, and the first round, the first 2 rounds, it was kind of only 2 people at the front. We were a few seconds away from the other pack behind. We're a lot faster than them, so we had a 60-point lead in the championship from them at the end of the weekend. But then through the other tracks, they closed up, and me and my rival, we was still fast at the front, but the others had caught up a bit.
Yeah. How does the point scoring work in go-karting? Like, how many would you get for a win?
Well, it depends really, because in heats and finals you get more points. So in heats, I'm not sure for a fact, but I think it's about 36 points for a win in a heat, and 60 points for a win in a final.
And there's usually like 2 races per weekend, is that right?
Yeah, two main rounds. So
Got you.
So you've got a qualifying 2 heats and a final on a Saturday and then on a Sunday. You also get the Friday to practice, but that's optional.
Wow.
So.
That's mad. I mean, we've spoken to quite a few drivers. I don't know if you know. We've had a few
Yeah.
F2 drivers on and stuff like that. They tell us, and this is the same for Formula 1 drivers, they're not allowed to drive the car apart from practice sessions.
They always used to sim, didn't they?
Yeah, but do you get to take... I assume you have your own car.
Yeah.
So do you just... Can you take that out whenever you want?
Yeah, so because I have my own car, there's different race weekends going on every weekend. So if I'm going to a track in a few weeks, there'll be... if there is another track if that track is open and doing a different event, I can go there and practice with my car and find out the setup and stuff, and then on Friday just finalise it.
That's good you can get the practice in.
Yeah. So
When you do that, are you on the track on your own? Or will there be other people out?
It's another race weekend,
Got you.
but you learn it with the people who go there a lot, and people who really know the track.
That's good, yeah, because you can see how other people drive it, and they
Yeah.
know. Is it important to like watch how they drive the track, but like not copy them, but
Yeah.
like look at what they do right and what they
Yeah.
do wrong?
There was one track a few months ago. I've only been there twice. On the Saturday I won, but a few weeks before I went there with the locals and practiced with them, and I got faster and faster and faster. And by the Friday of the race meeting that I had, I was 2/10 off the lap record in my second time there.
Wow.
So
That's very impressive.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I've done go-kart a few times in like team car or whatever, but I don't think I'm very good.
I haven't been go-karting. How fast do your go-karts go?
they go about 60 to 70 miles an hour.
That's quick.
That's quick.
That's quick. That's quick for a 12-year-old boy in a...
Yeah.
You haven't even... Because you said you hit your elbow on the other guy's car.
No, yeah, you've got side pods, a NASA panel and a nose cone,
Yeah.
and then a rear bumper, and that's it.
And that's it.
And yeah, you've got the option to wear a neck brace, but a rib protector protects your ribs. I don't think F1 drivers have it.
No.
It's a rib protector. It goes around your ribs, and the straps on, and then you've got a helmet as well.
When I was 12, I was pretty much scared of everything. Like, are you not scared of the speed?
Scared of the dark.
I was scared of everything. Okay, the dark, wasps.
Me too.
Wasps.
Me
Why
too.
I said wasps.
Me too.
I could have said anything. Yeah. Do you not get scared flying around at this speed?
No, I think I don't really get scared. I'm more comfortable because everything's suited to you.
Yeah.
So, like the pedals and everything, if the pedals were a bit too far, I'd be a bit more scared to go for bigger moves because I don't know if I can stop the car quick enough if the pedals are too far away. But I'm confident with the car. Everything's finalised to me because it's not like a team kart.
Yeah.
So you change the pedals and how far away they are on the seat. It's got padding in the seat as well because I'm very small. I've got the smallest seat and padding. So.
How's this championship going for you? Like, what the current championship you're in? Are you in like the middle of it, the end of it? Like, how's that? What's going on?
We're coming to the end of it in a
Okay.
few weeks. It's the final 2 rounds, and I'm leading by about 45 points.
How many races are
Hey.
left?
Two races.
You're gonna win it.
Hopefully, yeah.
Do you get given a trophy?
Yeah, bigger trophy.
Oh my god! When's the final thing? We'll be there. We'll actually
2
come
weeks.
to this thing and party with you.
I would
Okay.
love to
That
do
would be
that.
Yeah.
amazing, yeah, for when you win it.
I'll
All
invite you.
over it. And everyone listening, get there as well. Otherwise you've missed out.
Joshua
Yeah.
Bugembe fan club.
This is going to be it. And what
Yeah.
champion? Is this going to be like the biggest championship you've ever won?
Yes, definitely the biggest championship I've ever done. It's my second national championship that I'm going to
National
complete.
championship.
Yeah, so it goes all around England.
Wow.
The furthest away we've been was about 6 hours. That was the first
Wow.
2 rounds. So yeah,
That's incredible.
It's really fun.
Where is the last 2 races?
Banbury.
Oh,
So
Banbury. We've heard of Banbury.
It's about an hour
Where's
and
that?
20 away.
Okay, that's
So,
right. Yeah, we could
yeah.
do that.
We will 100%.
we would have been there on the
rooting for you.
6 hour one. We're coming for this. This is going to be great.
Yeah.
So what's after, once you do this championship, what's the next step for you? Is there like an international championship? Or?
There's international championship. There's European championships. We're hoping to go to Europe next year. We're still like investigating and looking at what classes are most popular and which classes have got the other drivers into Formula One and stuff. So the class I'm in the middle of right now, George Russell, he raced in this class as well.
Oh, cool.
He won a one-off event. It's called the GP Plate Kart Masters. He won a one-off event that happened last weekend, but I didn't go because my championship clashed with it.
Yeah.
So we went to my championship because I was leading.
Wow, Europe would be crazy. So then you'd just be going all over the place.
Yeah. It was Italy, France, Belgium.
And when
everywhere.
might that start if you do that?
It'll start next year. So,
Wow. You're still so young as well.
I know, that's such an
Around
incredible
Europe
thing,
doing that.
like to be able to travel the world at your age.
Yeah.
That's just
you can
amazing.
start like from 9.
Wow.
You can start karting. You can start from about 5. But then Europe and national championships starts from about 8, 9.
When did you first get in the car and think, you know, I want a proper race?
I was 8 years old, and
Okay.
I was in the smallest car and I was just trying it out. It was play date and
Yeah.
enjoyed it. My brother didn't really enjoy it. We both started the course. He didn't really enjoy it, but I enjoyed it a lot. I carried on the course and we went to a team, moved up a class called Honda Cadet.
Yeah.
Alex Albon did that as well.
Wow.
So
Following in the right
Yeah,
footsteps.
you're on the right
then.
path then.
yeah,
I saw a picture of you from 4 years ago on your Instagram, and
Yeah.
you look a lot younger, and I was amazed by it because you would have been 8 years old,
Yeah.
and you've got a bit of paper in front of you, and it says like drawing the wet and dry
yeah. I'm
lines.
drawing. Yeah, drawing
8
the
years
track.
old doing that. At
Yeah.
8 years old, I'm drawing like stickmen, like
I
trying to figure out how
couldn't
to
even
draw
write
a
my own
face.
name at 8 years old.
You know what I mean? And you're like very intelligent as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Even after meeting you for this little 20 minutes, you're a very switched on guy. You know what you're doing. Like, do you find it really hard with school and stuff like that? How's school for you? Do your friends love what you do?
Yeah, my friends like encourage me, and school comes first though. So
Yeah.
I have to perform well in my exams and that stuff, and then racing comes as a bonus and it's like my way of knowing that I've achieved my goal and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
I just couldn't believe it.
That's
when I
also a
saw it.
good way to get him to do his schoolwork as well.
Yeah, for
No
sure.
racing unless he gets his schoolwork done.
Yeah, my mum would make me finish all my work before I was allowed to go to football, so it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, yours is just a lot cooler.
yeah.
No, but definitely the goal for you is right now at 12 years old,
Formula
you
One.
happily can say Formula One, can't
Yeah,
you?
definitely.
Which is so exciting because we've just got into Formula One.
Yeah.
We love it. And that was why we really wanted to speak to you, to speak to someone who's at the point of their journey where they know where they want to get to. Because
Yeah.
ultimately we're doing the impossible as well. Like, Formula One's a hard world to get into.
Definitely.
And like we're somehow managing
first
to
year.
we're somehow managing to pull the people like from the race and to get them on our sofa.
Yeah.
And like we believe in you just as much. We wanted you here on this sofa to talk to you.
Yeah.
Thank you, yeah.
Arguably, you're more exciting than other people, because a lot of people that we talk to, they're in the middle, or they've had their career already.
Yeah.
Whereas like, even though you've achieved so much, you're still really at the start.
Beginning, yeah.
So it's really exciting.
Yeah.
And your Formula One idol is the man, isn't it? Lewis Hamilton.
Lewis Hamilton, yeah.
How long have you been watching him ever since you started?
Just before that as well. I've been watching him quite a long time, and it also inspired me to carry on racing.
He's an amazing person. I can see why he's so inspirational. And what was the moment like when you find out that you're going to Silverstone, invited by him?
I was speechless. I couldn't say anything. I didn't know what to say. I was just in a load of shock.
Yeah.
Saying that Lewis Hamilton has invited me to a Formula One track. I didn't get to meet him. He was on track.
That will happen for sure one day.
Yeah.
When you've won more championships than him.
Yeah. I've got
I'm pretty sure I've seen something. Didn't you say you're going to beat, and no matter how many he gets, you're going to get more?
one more. Yeah.
That is cool.
I love that.
How cool is that?
I love that.
That's what I'd be
I
saying.
don't doubt you either.
No,
I
don't
got
doubt
a
you.
voice message from him a few years ago.
I seen the video on your
Yeah.
Instagram. So cool. So cool.
Yeah.
This is a guy that we really want to get on as a guest as well. So it's so cool you got that relationship with him.
Yeah.
He believes in you just as much, for sure.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you can tell straight away.
yeah.
I mean, you got the chance to meet Naomi Schiff as well, right?
Yeah. I've known her for quite a while. I did a show with her. I think it was around October, November. So it was that was the first time like properly meeting her. Apart from on Zoom. So,
Yeah. It's much better to meet people in person, I think.
Yeah.
Like, then you can proper get to know them. And
Yeah.
that's how we like to do our interviews. But yeah, we recently became friends with Naomi as well. She's lovely. We saw her post about you when she put the photo up. That's how we learned about the Silverstone thing. I just can't believe that, doing that with a broken arm.
I know. I couldn't even fathom trying to do that.
Well, at some point we need to get in a go-kart and have a little race, I think.
Well, I think there must be some sort of challenge coming up, right?
Yeah.
Like you and me versus Joshua.
Well, you can see on our wall.
I think, by the way, he'd absolutely murder
I
us
know.
on the first lap.
That's what I was about
He'd be
to say.
lapping us by lap 2.
He will be. You can see on our wall. Don't say what you can see, because the people at home, they might be able to, if they're watching the YouTube, they can see it. But basically,
Well, they won't see the top
This
of
is
it.
a new feature, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then we've got some racing sims now, and we're gonna have everyone who comes on to be on there. But sadly, they're not set up yet.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to come back when you've won the championship.
I will.
And we'll do it after championship
Yeah.
review.
And you get to settle
or maybe
up.
at the race. Maybe
Yeah.
we just jump it on a bit of that episode for that weekend.
We can figure it out.
Yeah.
Do you have a racing sim at home, or do you not need one yet?
I have one at home. Yeah.
Do you?
It's not the best one, but it's alright. It's good enough for what I need.
Do you use it a lot?
Yeah.
Because racing cars are very different. We've learned that racing cars are very different to karts.
Yeah.
Have you? I mean, you're too young to get in a car at the moment.
No. Yeah.
But yeah, from what we've heard, like being in a go-kart is because you drift quite a lot around corners. Is that true?
No, it's not. The smoother you take it, the faster you're gonna go. So the aim of it is turn like, as little as possible, but whilst getting around the corner at high speed. So braking, you have to brake smoothly, get on the throttle smoothly, turn smoothly. So everything's smooth, so that the car works at its best performance. So the setup, like if you're bouncing on the exit corners, then you want to maybe either add more grip or take grip off, so that you're smooth around the corners.
Yeah. The goal is Formula One, but you watch Formula One as well. Like, you're a big fan of it, and
Yeah.
always backing Hamilton every week.
Yeah.
He's doing amazing at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, he's doing amazing. I think five podiums in a row.
Yeah,
something
Mercedes
like
have
that.
picked it up. The
Yeah.
car's going. Russell's doing good.
Yeah.
We're hoping for a
Russell on that
Hamilton win
pole
soon.
as well.
Yeah, I know. How amazing was that lap?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
good.
That was amazing.
I think Mercedes have done really well. Are they your favourite team then, Mercedes?
Yeah, Mercedes is my favourite team. I thought Sainz was going to get pole in Hungary. I was watching on my simulator, watching from the TV. I thought Sainz was going to get pole, and then I saw Russell come around because he got no purple sectors. He's got green sectors. I saw Russell come around and was like, what?
That's why it was so impressive, right? No purples, just
No
got quicker
purples.
throughout all of them on the out.
It's just very consistent.
Yeah, consistent driving.
Yeah.
He is a very consistent driver, as he's shown. Is there anyone on the grid you look at now and you're like, that's kind of my driving style, or that's kind of Russell? Is it really?
I'm very consistent as well when I drive. There was one session that is on my Instagram. There was one session where my 3 lap times were within half a tenth.
Wow.
Half a tenth. So
yeah, that
very
is consistent.
3 laps at half a tenth. So.
Wow, that's an amazing driving style to go after there. Russell is very consistent, and he's having an amazing year in Mercedes. It's really exciting to see what he does. Do you think, with this championship coming to the end that you're in, do you think you're going to win it?
I think so. Yeah, I got a very good chance.
You need to be confident.
I love
you
it.
need to be confident.
No, we love confidence. I believe in you anyway.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be amazing. We'll definitely come and watch.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
We've got your mum here with us as well. She's not on camera. Does your mum get a bit worried about doing what you do?
Yeah, when she's always on the sidelines. So every time I go out, she's like, oh, "Do I want to watch? Do I not want to watch?" She's worried like I'm going to have an accident, because when I started, I wasn't at the front, and most of the time I was in the ambulance. I was getting involved in quite a lot of crashes.
Oh wow!
I
wasn't expecting that.
I never got hurt, but I just got bruised.
Yeah.
And then I kind of started getting my way up to the front, and that's where the least accidents happen, because you got more mature drivers and know what they're doing properly. So I started stopping getting the ambulance, so my mum kind of got a bit more relaxed, but she's still very nervous.
Yeah, I can
bet.
imagine.
Yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, it must be awful. Not awful, but I suppose when he's winning, you don't have to worry as much. But
there was once where he actually shouted, "Slow down."
Well, he went to a track for the first time ever, and I thought it was one practice day on a Saturday and then a race day on Sunday. And I found out when we got there that it was actually a race.
2
Saturday,
races.
race day and Sunday. And I said to him, stay at the back, learn it, because they said it's the hardest track you can go to. It's lots of bends, it's not a lot of straights, it's very grippy. And I'm thinking he's going to stay at the back, going to follow the locals, because this championship was, loved by the locals. So I said, just take your time, just stay at the back and learn. And he's there fighting for first.
Yo, I love it. I love it.
His coach was like, did you just say slow down?
on a racetrack.
Yeah.
He's here to learn.
How does it work with like coaches then?
I was gonna
like in
ask
your
that.
team, like on a race day, who's there and like who does what kind of
So
thing?
I've got a few teammates. I've got 3 teammates. So there's only 4. It's a very small team compared to some other teams. We only have like the small pop-up tents. There's a team that has 4 12-meter tents. So they can go up to a lot of people. But we've got a very small one. It's calm. No one really gets angry unless something really bad's happened, and we're all learning, always learning. So.
Are they all around your age?
Yeah. Well, some of them. There's one of them that's 8 years old. He's the youngest.
Wow.
He's in the class that I was in last year.
And he'll be looking up to you.
Yeah, definitely.
That's cool. That's really cool that you already have people younger than you. When you're
Yeah.
winning something, they'll be learning from you.
Oh,
There
100%.
was a person last weekend when I was walking up. You have transponders. So
Yeah.
you need to go collect that and put it on the cart. I was walking up and there was someone who came up to me and said, "Oh, I watched you on YouTube and I saw your Instagram and all that stuff." And that's why he started. So it was really cool.
That's
Like,
amazing.
knowing that people started because of me.
I don't suppose
That's
you
really
ever did motor control car racing.
Pardon?
Did you ever do motor control car racing?
No, I didn't.
No. I just thought I'd ask because I used to. No one would ever imagine me to, but I did that when
Yeah.
I was a kid. And I never
No.
went into like go-karting or anything, but
I had like the small like, RC cars,
Yeah.
but that didn't inspire me to go race.
no, it's not quite the same.
No.
You want to be in the car.
Yeah.
You definitely
Did you have any? I know you said that you went for like a tester day with your brother to
Yeah.
find out. But were you or your family into motor racing before that, or was it a random thing?
My dad was.
Yeah.
He liked motor racing, but he didn't actually drive
Okay.
anything. But I kind of inspired myself
That's
as
cool.
well.
Too, because I watched Formula One for years since I was small. My dad used to smoke and used to come home whenever he travelled. He used to come home with little Formula One cars, the Marlboro ones.
Oh yeah, of course, because of the branding back in the day. Yeah.
And I remember when I was a kid and everybody's trying to get him to stop smoking. I'd be like, why are you doing that? Because he's not going to bring me these.
Yeah.
From a selfish point of view, but I grew up watching as well. And on his dad's side, side, actually, there's a few people with Africa Rally racing.
Mm-hmm.
His dad's uncle was quite well known in that. But I guess whenever we watched motorsports, any kind of motorsports, as a baby, I've got pictures of him. I'm sure when he was like 6 months old, he would just literally get
Glued to the TV.
Wow.
Go to any shop, like any toy shop, and he'd just go straight to the cars. And so he was not like a football boy, you know?
Yeah.
I never thought anything of it until, it's like hindsight is 2020, so it's not like we saw it forward and then we put him in this position.
I think that's really cool though, because I think in Formula One, there could be, a lot of drivers who may be pushed into racing because of their parents want them to do it or something like that. But the fact that you've just naturally gravitated towards it. Like I used to watch Formula One with my dad when I was a kid, but I'd never turned out to be a racer. So obviously it's not in me, but clearly it's in your blood to do it.
Yeah, a lot of people, even at the track, that they don't want to be there. It's that their parents pushing them for what they couldn't do.
Oh, that's a bit of a shame.
Yeah, but like my coach was saying to my mum and dad, they were like, "Oh, why are you not? You're in a weird position because most people are begging for their son to have more and more equipment and stuff like that. Changing teams all the time for better teams, but we stuck with this team. The coach was like, "You're very unusual because most people are pushing for that, and you're not, and I'm pushing you for that, which he doesn't normally do. So, yeah."
That's amazing.
Yeah, that
really
is
cool.
that is lovely, and I'm sure that's why the people around you love working with you.
Yeah.
And that was why we wanted to get you on the pod. Like we felt your aura from the videos we saw, didn't you? We saw the video of you, and we were like, he's such a cool guy. Like we've got to get him on the pod.
Yeah, well, there was two other kids, right? 3 other kids in the Lewis
2 other
Hamilton
kids.
video, but for some reason I just said to Jake, like, this is the lad.
Yeah, but you did.
This is the guy who's
We just
who's
thought you
the
were
one.
really cool.
Yeah. No disrespect to the other lads.
No, I'm sure
but
they're
maybe
great
it was
as
the
well.
hair. You've got really cool hair. Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. How are the other 2 lads that went to Silverstone with you? Are they in your championship?
No, they do. So they do rental kart championships.
Okay.
So they don't own the kart. I think one of them does own a kart, and only goes for test days with that. But they do the rental karts and go just close to them.
Yeah.
Go like that, but it's not like going around 6 hours away and stuff like that. So it's
Yeah, lots of different ways you can race, lots of different
Yeah.
championships and stuff.
yeah.
Let's just hope for Europe next year, because I'd love a
Totally.
road trip. We could get in our car.
We could follow-
we could
follow
drive
him
anywhere and
around,
come and see you. We asked our audience for some questions.
Yeah.
Okay, and they've sent in a load of questions here, and we've got stuff. I'm going to go through them just one by one with you,
Okay.
because I just thought, why not? Then we got some good answers.
Do you want to get them to read them out?
Yeah. Well, we thought I'll do some, and you could read some, maybe. What do
Cool.
you think? Shall I
It'd
read
be
them?
cool if he read them, I think.
Can you read my handwriting? Could you read that? Yeah. All right. So, do you want to read them out and then answer them, and we'll go off your answer?
Okay.
So
Yeah,
we'll
just
talk about it once you've done it.
Okay, so my best ever race I've had, I think that was in 2020. It was my first race win. So in karting, you can push the kart in front, and you both go faster and get faster lap times, and can pull away from the karts behind. And so in 2020 was my first win, and the first time I started getting podiums at the end of 2020. And so I pushed my teammate, and we got a 6-second gap to the karts behind in like 8 minutes.
Wow.
And then on the last lap we battled it out, and I switched back to him at a hairpin, and so that was definitely my best. It's my highlight because it was an MSA race. So it was an MSA race, my first win. So everything, my first win, my first podium.
Oh, wow,
everything at the
special
same
one.
time. So
That's
yeah,
incredible.
definitely.
It's amazing hearing you say dates like that, and you realise that you haven't been doing it for that long.
No.
But
No.
you're already telling us now that we could be winning. I say we now because we're part of this journey.
Of course
we
we
could
are.
be winning a national championship.
We.
Yeah.
Like, this is quite cool.
Yeah.
When you say you can push your teammate, do you actually mean
Push like
in the
so,
kart?
So my nose cone will be on his back bumper, pushing him forwards.
Wow.
with fast and
Slingshot.
straight.
Yeah, that's what the
Yeah,
movie, isn't
like
it?
the toe. So,
Wow.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Wow, we're learning new stuff.
Yeah. How do your mum and dad help you get ready for race day? In the morning they'll tell me remember who you are, just be calm, don't overthink it, stuff like that. So it's quite calm. It's not really intense, like you would think. Like
What about breakfast?
I don't normally have breakfast.
Do you not?
No.
Oh, okay.
Extra added weight.
Yeah, true.
He'll be half a second
But-
slower.
Yeah. I need the weight because I'm very light. I've got lead on the car. I've got about 4 kg of lead in the car.
Oh, like ballast? Is that what they?
Yeah, like ballast, but it's lead. And there's also minimum weight restriction for you, the driver in the car, and all your equipment. In my class at the moment, it's 132 kg.
Yeah.
I'm about 4 kilos under with the weight limit without any lead. So we put lead on to make the weight limit, and then obviously you got fuel and stuff like that, so that adds weight. There's some, like last year, a few years ago, there was someone in my team who was overweight, very tall, and so he had no lead, like really light everything as light as it can be. So there's the disadvantages, but also when you're like that, it's a lot better for you in the wet because you've got more center of gravity. So because
For
you're
sure.
taller.
Cool.
Wow. What we got next?
Favorite subject at school, maths or science probably.
Yeah, I like science because you can do all sorts of experiments.
Physics, you can figure out
Yeah.
turning and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Maths was like one of the ones I was actually quite good at. To this day, it's still
Yeah.
been quite good at times tables.
Yeah.
You are quite good.
Even with science, you kind of get an element of it when with fuel at the track, because you have to mix fuel with oil for it to be right for this engine. It's a 2-stroke engine, so.
And are the engines lawnmower engines?
They were last year, so
Okay.
it's similar to that.
Okay,
But
so I'm on the right path.
A lot tuned. It's very much more tuned.
Lawnmower engine.
That's what
It's
that's
similar to them, but
wow.
tuned.
That's cool.
Cool.
But with the engines this year, it's a completely different one. It's like its own engine.
Yeah.
So, 2-stroke.
Yeah, most
Yeah.
expensive
I was gonna
lawnmower
say.
engines you can get, I
Yeah.
bet.
Are they quicker this year than they were last year?
A lot quicker.
Yeah.
It's about 10, 15 miles an hour quicker.
Wow.
Cool.
So-
Do you feel that difference? Can you really feel straight away?
It's on the acceleration, and then down the straight it just carries. Cause
Yeah.
Like the first time I sat in the car, I sat in it, hit the accelerator, my head went really far back. I was like, whoa, it's a lot more speed.
Well, you've adjusted well because you're first.
Yeah.
So it's going all right.
Definitely.
It's going okay, yeah.
There's definitely a big crossover as well. I can see where you'd like science and maths because they both kind of cross over into
Yeah.
this thing very much. You know, I watch Formula One a lot of the time, and I always think it's so scientific, the way they make all the decisions and everything
Yeah.
going on with the car. Do you like to be quite involved with the car and like know everything going on as well?
I am quite involved in the car. I understand the setup and I know the way I like the setup, how much grip I want on the car. So the setup is suited to you really. It's not really suited. It's suited to the track and you. There's like a gearing for every track, and there's like a gearing span. So where the optimum windows are for the gearing. So that's you have to find your which one works for you best in that area. So.
Wow. I'm surprised you can read my handwriting, to be honest. What we got next?
That's the most impressive part.
My handwriting's horrendous.
Best moment of your driving career so far? I think it links back to that first question.
Yeah.
My first win. That was I came out the car, ran into my mum, screaming. I was so happy. So
Let's hope for some more celebrations in the next couple of months.
Oh, there's
then.
going to be plenty more of those.
I'm going to
Yeah.
bring a big bottle of champagne. I'm going to
You're gonna have to buy like a shipping container to keep all of his trophies in and that, because there's gonna
Yeah,
be
I've
so
seen the
many.
photo.
in my room, yeah.
How many
of-
trophies have you got?
43.
That is unbelievable.
It's crazy.
If you ever have a spare one, I want to put it in our background. Feel free.
Yeah.
That's the end of 2020, so just
Yeah.
Not
Wow.
even two. Not even two years.
No, yeah.
Wow,
That's
that's
incredible.
very impressive.
including a second place in the championship last year, which was
Oh, how so am I?
1 point.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Wow.
1 point.
How'd you bounce back after that when you lose championship by 1 point?
I don't know. I kind of just tried to forget about it as much as I can. I did well the whole year. I was very consistent because I never won a race on track. I won one final after a penalty was applied, but otherwise I was second. The first 4 rounds I was second on track every time in the final.
Wow, you are
So-
consistent.
Yeah.
Mm.
How about this year?
This,
Absolutely hate second place.
Yeah, no,
That's the worst position.
you've got to be first, haven't you?
I've got like I think 30 trophies of second places.
Wow.
So
I can tell it's really annoying.
it's definitely really annoying.
How about this season? How many wins and seconds in that this season?
I think I've got more wins this season.
Okay,
thankfully.
great news.
Okay, that's really
Yeah.
good.
So also in this championship, because it's my first time in this championship, you get put down as a rookie, but not a novice. So you're not on the novice plates where it's your first 6 races ever. You get put down as a rookie for that championship, and so whenever you're the top rookie in the championship, you get an extra trophy. So most of the time when I'm on the podium, I get another trophy. I get 2 trophies.
So you're just flooded with trophies.
In the first weekend of the championship, I got 4 trophies in 2 days.
Oh, wow.
So,
I've only ever had like 6 trophies in my life, and they were from when I played football, like under 8s, under 9s, and I've still got them at my mum's because I'm so proud of them.
I've never had a trophy in
Have
my
you
life.
not?
No.
You've never really played sports?
I've never
though?
played competitive sport. So
Medals or anything?
Put that simulator on.
yeah, get the sim on.
esports.
Yeah.
Maybe I just need to get out in a cart. Maybe that's what I need to do.
Okay, we'll see.
But if I lose against like a bunch of 10-year-olds, I'm going to be like, oh man.
You're going to get beaten back without
Yeah,
doubt.
it's
You're
so
going to
true.
get smashed.
Yeah. Who's the best driver you've ever raced against? Oh, there's quite a few. There's a driver called Noah Wolf. He won last year. He did 2 classes in cadet ages, and he won both GP plates. So he was really competitive, and I raced him this year. So
Do you feel within the other people around you that want to take this to Formula 1 as well? Is it really competitive on and off the track? Everyone wants to be the best, get the best sponsors, get the best people seeing them. Is that what it's like?
yeah, not a lot of people have the money to spend, so they don't necessarily need the sponsors because they've got the money to get them to Formula 1. They just need like the right people to know. And
Yeah.
but once, like, if you have like a well-known name, like Coulthard's got a son racing, and
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's got a son racing in Junior X30. So he'll get up and probably progress to Formula 1 because of his name.
Is he older than you? Is he same age?
Yeah, older.
Yeah.
Like a year or 2 older than me.
Oh, that's cool though, because when you guys like carry on,
Yeah.
if you're racing in like when you end up doing cars and stuff together,
Yeah.
that'd be really cool.
Yeah,
Have you met
definitely.
David? His
Yeah,
dad?
I haven't met David.
Yeah, I've seen the photo.
He's a
got
great
friends.
guy.
I went on a big old... Does he? You see
Does
him a
he?
lot?
Yeah, he comes quite a lot.
We've only ever met him once, and that was after a party. We had a
Yeah.
big...
he was a funny guy.
Yeah, he's a funny guy.
Enough said.
Next question.
How do you celebrate after your race win? Well, on track, obviously, like, I'll celebrate, do something, and then after the race, I'll just be happy. I'll go hug my mum and stuff like that. But so, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
that was in 2020 because my mum thought I was too young. So every time I come on the podium, I'd get like a fizzy drink. But then it happened too often, so it had to be every time I win.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, do you guys still spray each other with the drinks? And all
No.
that?
No, just a drink, I think. You'd be
I
a
thought
bit
you had.
sticky.
I thought you had a Fanta and you were like squirting everyone with it.
No, it's like a fizzy drink. The first few times I got on the podium, I put it in my trophy and drink it from my trophy.
Oh, cool.
So-
Have you ever done a
Oh.
shoey before?
No.
That's
I don't
Daniel
intend to
Ricciardo's
either.
thing. It's a bit
Yeah.
disgusting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially after you've been racing in your boot.
Yeah. Very sweaty.
Yeah.
What's your favourite film?
Yeah, moving away from racing. Favourite movie ever?
I forgot what it's
Mine's
called.
Shrek.
I forgot what it's called. A Pacific Rim.
Oh, I've never seen it.
It's like these massive robots controlled by a few humans. It's like it's all like wires connected to you, and you've got something on your head, and
Oh, wow.
you control the robot. It's really cool. So Pacific Rim.
So if anyone wants to watch his favourite film, a future Formula 1 world champion's favourite film, that's what you got to go and watch, right?
Have you watched Drive to Survive?
Yeah, I've watched every season, every episode.
Every season, yeah. We've watched every season. We're going to watch it again as well because it was so long ago that we watched it, wasn't it?
Yeah, because
We're
we
gonna
learned
start season
so much
1
from
again.
it. Yeah.
Did you love it?
I loved it.
Yeah.
I've watched basically every episode. And every episode of the season came out, I've watched it in the first few days.
Yeah, I think we did as well, didn't we? Didn't we watch it all in the same day?
We watched the first 2 seasons in like the space of 2 days. I think.
It is amazing, though. And you get to see like what all the drivers go through, how hard it is, what their lives are like.
Behind in the media and all that stuff. It's you don't just see like practice, qualifying, and the race. So
When you see all that stuff on Drive to Survive behind the scenes, does it make you even more excited, like even more wanting to do it?
Yeah, definitely. Because I understand more about the car, about what the Formula One car, so it helps. It helps me understand what I'm getting myself into, really.
Yeah,
that's so great because I know there's been a lot of, we've noticed it joining into F1. A lot of the people who are in the sport already, that sometimes they look down on people like us because we've got in through Drive to Survive, and they're like, oh, they're not real fans.
Yeah.
But it's nice to hear that you, who is a racer and actually wants to get into Formula One, have really been inspired by it as well.
Yeah, inspires me because you see like them in the meetings after the race, the debriefs, the before race meetings, and how they're gonna improve the car. Also, like in Brazil last year, they had their Netflix's main focus was Mercedes and Red Bull in Brazil, and you hear Hamilton talking to Bono and all that stuff, how saying it's so unfair how they're testing something that's not in regulations, stuff like that. So
that was an amazing race as well.
Yeah.
That was one of our first ever races, and Hamilton went and did that.
Last to first.
Oh, it was quite something.
Yeah.
I sat back on the sofa with Fabs, and to be honest, we hadn't seen loads of Hamilton because we were new.
Yeah.
Watched it, and I just turned to Fabio and said, well, that's why Lewis Hamilton's Lewis Hamilton,
This guy's
isn't
the
it?
greatest in the world.
This guy is unbelievable. Yeah, all adds up.
I've had races like that as well. It was a 7-minute heat, and I came from 25th to 2nd.
Wow.
7 minutes.
Oh
So-
my god.
And you haven't even got DRS on a go-kart.
No, well, you kind of do. It's like
Oh, do you?
human DRS, basically. So you like tuck down behind the wheel, get as much aerodynamics as
Oh,
possible.
wow.
Yeah, isn't that where you like lean forward a little bit?
lean forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I know, because I've been go-kart before. Proper go down. And isn't there I could be wrong here, but can't you like kind of bump up and down?
That's only on the start of races when you have a standing start.
Yeah.
But from like now on, it's more rolling start for me.
Oh, okay.
But
Look at me, I know all my stuff.
Why do you
could've
have
done that
rolling
last year.
starts?
Pardon?
Why do you have rolling starts?
Because the engines will clog up with fuel.
Ah.
Because it's 2-stroke and 4-stroke. That it takes the fuel, it likes the fuel. So you could go both pedals and then go, because it won't clog up the fuel.
Oh, okay.
Like with our engines will probably stall and start because it's just got too much fuel and it can't handle with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Who would be your dream sponsor? Well,
Tell us, because we'll
hope-
flood them with emails for you.
Yeah. We'll DM them. We'll email them.
Yeah.
We'll say on the pod
We'll go
every
knock
week.
on their door.
Have you got like a favourite brand or favourite anything that you would love to?
like Nike, Puma,
That would be cool.
Adidas, like these stuff are really cool. I have quite a few of them. So I have like a lot of their clothes and
Yeah,
stuff. So it helped. Yeah,
that'd be a
them.
cool sponsor. Loads of free clothes, loads of shoes.
Jordans as well.
Oh, that'd be a dab.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute.
Those are not Jordans.
My-
What are those?
LeBron's.
Oh, my top's
LeBron.
just got Jordan on it, I think.
Paris, yeah.
Look at me, I'm on brand.
Give them the t-shirt.
That would be fantastic because they just started sponsoring the
W Series. They
Yeah.
got W
Puma,
Series.
yeah.
wet their feet. They might as well, support the
Yeah, Puma
Yeah,
are
it's
doing
true.
amazing things with W
Yeah.
Series.
Puma, if you're listening, you know what you need to do.
Yeah,
Joshua
get all over
Bugembe,
it now.
get on it.
Do you hold any track records? Last year I did. It was at the track Lewis Hamilton started at
Yeah.
Rye House. I had the track record there. At the end of last year, I won that championship. So
Do you still hold the record now?
no, it's been beaten. They changed the track surface,
Oh.
so it's a lot faster. It was very, very bumpy. It was like bumps just even on the straight. It was like a wave.
Have you been back since? They've changed it.
Yeah, I have, but I was in the faster kart, so that record is different, and
Oh, okay.
that kart doesn't really, my kart doesn't really go to that track. It's more like a Bambino and Honda Cadet and stuff like that.
So
and
technically-
and then seniors, not minis and juniors, not really. So
Got you. So technically, you own it. You have a track record that can never be beaten because they can never
Yeah.
change it back. It's in
Yeah.
history books.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. It's there forever.
Wow.
Yeah. Track record
Wow.
forever. Insane. What's next? I can't even remember what I wrote.
Why is your number 52 on your car? Basically, I was at the start. I was 33.
Yeah.
And then I did one race with that, and then the next race someone else had it, so I changed to 36. Then I did that for one race. Someone else had it the next race.
Oh no.
Then I changed to 39, and I used that one race. Someone else had it the next time, and then I just tried to think of a number that nobody used, and I rarely ever saw, and I was like 52. And so I stuck with that since.
Do you think would you carry that forever, or have you got a number that you can see on a Formula One car for you in the future?
I think 52.
Yeah, 52. Stick with it.
Yeah.
Love it.
There was one race that I've done that someone else was using 52.
Yeah.
I was 32 that weekend. Just changed the food.
Yeah, I'd seen on your photos a few switches and numbers, but it's interesting to hear that other people had them. What, do they just turn up on race day with a number?
Well, it depends. So when I was changing numbers, I was a novice. So so it was my first 6 races. So the people who are not novices and they've done their first 6 races, they get priority over numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just didn't have the priority.
Oh, okay.
So what stage are you at now? If you're not a novice anymore?
Well, it goes novice and then you're just a normal driver again.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So it's just to introduce you. So you'll have, when you're a novice, you start, if it's random grids, you'll start at the back for the races, so you don't interrupt the faster drivers that know what they're doing and they're trying to they're trying to win. You can still compete, but you work your way through the field.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
That makes sense.
Who do you think would win in a race, Jake or Fab?
So me or Fab?
I wonder who wrote this question.
Who do you think would win in a go-kart race? You can say anyone, don't worry.
He hasn't even seen us race.
No,
though.
but you just have to take a guess.
That's a mean question.
I think you, Jake.
Thank you so much. Everyone has said me. Oh, me as well.
Oh, okay. She had to say that.
I'm glad we get that question in there, because one day when we do finally race, we could put everyone's answers at the front and then go and do it.
Yeah.
I've got Josh on my side. I'm winning this.
I'll give you coaching.
Please, coach me. Get me down that coach.
I don't need your tips, mate. I don't need them. I don't need coaching.
Do you remember the moment you wanted to be a racer? Yeah, I do. It was in the 6-week course. I think it was like, I think the first time I went out, so we had a rope attached to the back and we were going around walking pace, and the people said that we'll let go once you think you're doing it properly, and so you go on, off on the throttle, and after the second session, we were going full pace, and I was like, this is where I want to be a racing driver. I love the speed. I love everything about it. So I wanted to be a racing driver at that moment. And then I did a few races in that car, and I was at the front consistently. So I really enjoyed it.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Do you play any games? I do. I play racing games, and then a game called Fall Guys.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I've played that a few times.
I haven't played it, but I know it's really popular.
It's where you got to get through all the levels, isn't it?
Yeah.
I am terrible. Are you good?
Yeah, I'm alright.
I reckon you'll be really good. Really smart about it.
Otherwise, I play F1 2021. I don't have 22, not yet. Yeah, if I win the championship, me and my brother made a deal. If I win the
That's the
championship,
prize.
I get 22.
And I tell you what, you need to win it, because we're going to do an online thing, and we want you to be one of the people in it. As one of the drivers.
Yeah, I will be there.
That could be a proper, because we're going to get loads of people in from F1 and all sorts.
Oh yeah, people who make YouTube videos as well.
Yeah, so there's going to be loads of cool people racing.
There's also a kart game. It's R Factor 2.
Okay.
But it's a mod that I installed. Karting is very expensive, and that mod, because they've gone to every track, laser scan the track and laser scan the karts and all that stuff. So it's very realistic to the karts. And that game is about £500.
Wow.
But I have it, and it's amazing. It feels real, except from the motion. But you can get add-ons for the motion. You can get an actual kart, but connected to the simulator and its motion. motion. You can get VR, everything. It'll work. Basically, you're in the car in real life.
Wow.
I think that's it with the questions.
Well,
Wow, mate, it has been so fun having you on and just hearing about the race world from a different perspective.
before we get to the end of the podcast, I need to put my mic down. I need you to do something for me. Fab, take over a sec.
Oh yeah, so
I want you to sign my hat because I'm going to wear it.
Where's
it's
the
in
marker?
the seat. It's in the seat.
Can you see it?
Yeah, it's just in the side of
I
the seat.
want you to sign this
on the
hat,
left.
and I'm going to wear it
so that he can sell it
everywhere.
when you're the best driver in the world.
So I can sell it when you win Formula 1 Championship. But I want you to sign it. If you can sign this front bit.
Yeah.
You can sign this front bit here, like you can
Just
write
there.
Josh or Josh,
Yeah.
whatever you want. Then I'm gonna wear it everywhere. If anyone asks me who signed my hat, I'll be like, well, get to know him because this is a future Formula 1 star. So hopefully this works because this should be a white marker pen. But try and go wild on that bit there. Yes, it goes. It works. Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you. That's a cool little signature as well. I can't even write my name properly. You can do that. That's unbelievable.
That's so neat.
Unbelievable.
Can't believe it. This kid is
Thank
just
you
better at
so
everything.
much, mate. Oh, wow. I'm so buzzing we got you on, and I'm so buzzing
Yeah.
to come to this.
I'm so happy to be here.
Oh man, we're happy to have you, and we're just so excited to see where you go with your life now and everything else that you achieve.
I think
Yeah,
the next
thank you.
step is this championship race then.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
quick reminder, what date is that and where is it for the listeners?
It's at Shennington in Banbury.
Yeah.
Shennington Kart Racing Club. And it is it's
27th and 28th.
of this month. So
Oh, we're
Okay.
not far off then.
No.
no, it's a few weeks. But
You could
yeah.
become national champion for the first time.
Yeah.
We're going to be there. We want everyone else to be there.
Oh, all the pit stop fans are going to be behind you. Everyone's
Yeah.
going to be rooting
Yeah,
for you.
everyone
you.
listening right now, this is your chance to get on the journey of a 12-year-old that is going to be incredible. So follow his socials. We'll link everything. Our Instagram is PitStop. Our TikTok is a PitStop. On all of there, we'll link all of his accounts. Make sure you follow him. Get behind him on this journey. This is just the start. Thank you very much for talking to us, mate.
Thank
It's been
you.
amazing. Thank you for signing my hat.
Yeah.
This is ledge.
We'll have to do this. I think we should make this a repeat thing.
Yeah.
Like once a year. Just
Yeah.
like come back, check in with pit stop.
Well,
Once every
definitely.
few months, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
mate,
even.
definitely after the championship because
Yeah.
we want you to do a lap. So for
Okay.
that thing
Yeah.
behind us that we're keeping secret.
Yeah, that no one can see
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
even though we've pretty much given it away already.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
document your whole journey on the podcast.
Yeah.
We come back, talk to us whenever you want. You're always
Yeah.
welcome here. Can't believe you signed my hat. There.
Definitely.
Right, people of Pit Stop Podcast, we hope you've enjoyed this episode. Rate it 5 stars. Hit the follow button if you haven't already. And we'll be back with a new guest on Monday. Is that right?
On Monday, yeah. Also, Monday next week starts. It signifies the start of all the other stuff that we're going to be doing.
Oh,
So
yeah,
next
it's gonna
week's
be
going to
big.
be it's going to be big. There's going to be a lot more YouTube content going out,
Oh, it's
as
all
well as the
happening.
pods as well. It's going to be amazing.
Joshua, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you,
It's been a
dude.
pleasure.
Yeah.
Good luck in the final few races.
I will.
You're going to win.
Yeah, I will.
We believe in you. It's just a start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll see you soon.
See you soon.